We are live. It's a Reseller Wake Up, episode 73, braving life and limb to through the icy roads and barely made it home in time. Oh my good. I mean, we're a couple minutes late, but I think we're doing pretty good. If you guys saw the picture I posted in the group, that's what I had to deal with. It took me at least almost an hour to get what usually takes me 10 minutes to get back and forth to. I went to the gym this morning just to check it out because the owner of the gym there is supposed to do the 6 o'clock on Wednesday, and then I get there, and it turns out that it was another guy. The owner didn't come in, and it's like, whatever, it's all good. I mean, it's still a great class and everything, and it was awesome. I'm glad I went, but yeah, then when I'm sitting there looking out the window as we're training, and I just saw the snow piling up on the road and piling up on the road and piling up on the road and getting worse and worse, and I was just like, okay, this is going to be a fun ride home. But yeah, by the time I actually got on the road and started going home, it's like people were bumping into each other and falling off, like sliding off the road and everything, so it was a fun drive. Oh, it wasn't actually snow, no, Ronnie. It was actually ice. It's still about, it was like barely freezing here. It was just kind of like freezing instantly to the ground. Yeah.
That's even more fun.
Yeah, I know, that's great. And I mean, this is Colorado. People all drive four-wheel drives around here. We know how to drive, but you know, sometimes the roads do get bad enough where it doesn't matter if you know how to drive. You just can't get any traction. But.
And that's why I don't work out. It's way too dangerous.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Deb turned into a dog, didn't she? What's going on with that? Oh, there she is.
So what's up, everybody? How's your day been?
Pretty good.
Anything?
Doing good.
Oh, that's good.
I'm on the wrong account.
I'm doing my taxes today.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not completing them today. I'm trying to do it a little bit at a time because I have all of these pages of sales to go through and get my cost of goods put on there.
Oh, so you're doing?
I'm in the middle of a move. I should have internet on at my house tomorrow, hopefully.
You're moving?
Moved into a house today.
Hey!
Oh, so that's why you've been in the coffee shop every day.
Pretty much, yeah. The internet was just terrible, and I was already in the middle of a move, so I turned off that one and just transferred it over. But it was going to take a week and a half for it to get turned on. But yeah, I live. My backyard is the river. I have the river is about 40 feet from my door.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm jealous.
I'll put up a video sometime tomorrow, maybe.
But you're still in the same neighborhood, right? I mean, you're not looking to...
Yeah, same city, but it's considered the suburbs. You know, it's got houses next to each other instead of every quarter of a mile.
Yeah, nice.
It's called the South Fork of the Kaweah River. Don't ask me to spell that.
Is there good fishing in it?
Yeah, there's some nice rainbow trout and bass.
Ooh.
It's all about that bass.
We have plenty of rivers and stuff in Denver, like just through the greenbelt and everything, and little ponds and lakes, but it's all carp and catfish. I don't even know if we have catfish here. I know definitely have a lot of carp, but you gotta go up into the mountains to find the rainbow trout and anything that's worth fishing for.
The lake here, they all come back with these huge salmon.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And that's
there's something
the
there's
lake
something
that we
else.
have. It's stocked with the catfish. They stay down there. And there's catfish about 80, 90, 100 pounds or more. And then the rainbow trout are about 12 inches, 14 inches long that go up the river.
Rainbow trout are pretty.
Fishing and
So, Deb, you said you were trying to apply for an Uber driver. How does all that work? That seems kind of interesting.
We've already decided
I
she's
was
going to
talking
get
about that. I actually applied like a week ago, and they're finished with my background check, so I should have some stuff coming up. But yeah, I wanted something that I could do because I've always had a part-time job, and then up until January, and then I was just doing Amazon and eBay, and I can't do Amazon, eBay every day. I get burnt out, and I get that I don't feel like it, and you can't do I don't feel like it and not have an alternative money-making thing. So I thought maybe on the days that I get kind of burnt out, I could, do Uber driving, which is basically It's like turning yourself into an on-call taxi service. You just use your own car, and everything's done electronically and through the apps, and you get paid.
So my question is, how do they get around in these towns where they do it? We don't have it here yet, but I'm familiar with it. How do they get around the regulatory agencies that want to govern taxi cab service?
What they were doing in Austin before they came to their agreement in January, because we have really big music festivals that bring like 250,000 people into the city, you know, and there's obviously not enough taxis for that. But basically what Uber and Lyft were doing back during ACL and South by Southwest is they were paying, because if the city found somebody driving Uber, they would tow their car. And so what Uber was doing, since it was a surge time and people were getting 4, 5, 10 times the normal rate anyway, Uber was saying, go ahead and drive, we will pay. We will pay for everything. If something happens and they tow your car, and if you need to take a ride home and you need to do this and that, and they were like, we need you, go ahead and do it. I don't know what they're doing in other places like where you are, but our city actually did come to an agreement because there just wasn't enough taxis. And since it's governed by those transportation regulations, it wasn't like they could just add some. You know, that's like trying to fight against a union.
Right.
So I'm doing it to have an extra income and to do something productive, money-making on those days that I just really don't want to. Plus, I thought it might get me over into other parts of town where I could go to different Goodwills.
Always looking for creative ways to get around town. Having an
I'm like, oh, look, there's a pet store. Stop in there. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I go across town to one of the other gyms I train at every once in a while, just because there's like 2 really, really good Goodwills, an Arc, and a Trade Smart.
What's Arc?
Arc is a thrift store chain we've got here in Colorado. I don't know how. I know they're big. Like their stores are the size of Goodwills, but there aren't as many of them, and the deals aren't as good, but they're still good enough that they're definitely worth. Like yesterday, I went to Arc. I picked up one of those executive office phones, like the 4-line, like 30 button whatever office phone for $5.99. I find a lot of those there, a lot of the like wireless phones and stuff, and a lot of cameras, and they like junk cameras with really expensive memory cards, and you know, they sell some stuff really cheap, but like their clothing is really expensive. I remember, hey Ronnie, you remember like 2 or 3 months ago when I posted up that Laura Piana cashmere jacket at that thrift store? They went $40 for that thing. That was at an Arc. But Ronnie was the only one that actually...
Ronnie didn't want to talk about that. He left.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk today. It's all good. But
You know what?
I got stuff to do. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
No,
Screw you guys.
If you don't get around town, especially like in towns like Austin, and there's so many stores, and I have a tendency, and I don't know if other people do, to just kind of stick with the same 4, 5, 6 stores.
Yeah.
That, like, my husband having his class on every Wednesday takes me to another part of town. And I go sourcing at 2 stores I never would have gone to. I go every Wednesday and source at those stores, and they have great stuff. But I otherwise would have never have been there. So I'm actually thinking that this opportunity to drive around people is going to get me to stores that I don't normally go to and get more good stuff. That's my plan.
Yeah, I like to get around too. Like I've got such good Goodwills in my area. It's usually not a big deal. Yesterday, though, Goodwill was having a flash sale in my region, 50% off everything. I didn't even know about it until I showed up, and I'm like, I show up at my honey hole. I'm like, why is the freaking line wrapped around the store, and why are there like 100 people in here? I mean, it was like shoulder to shoulder. I was like, what the hell?
Why are you people at my store?
I know. What are you guys all doing here?
My place.
Right? But yeah, it was pretty bad. There was nothing. I mean, it had been picked over pretty good. I still pulled some good stuff out, but it was nothing like usual. And plus, I didn't even look at the clothing racks. I was like, screw, I'm too far behind on that. I'm not buying any more clothes until I get what I've got either listed, sold, or donated, just before I start messing around with it. But yeah, I got like a Pokemon game and stuff. Those, and what else? What else did I get? Nothing major. Actually, the Arc that I stopped at next was where I got the big scores. They had this color printer. It was one of the Samsung color laser jets with a scanner, or with a scanner on top. It's like a $300 printer, and they wanted $30 for it, but I just didn't want to mess around. It was big.
Too bad that wasn't at the other one that was 50% off.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's the thing. They had a senior citizen half-off day, and if I would have been old enough, it would have been. But I was going to call my dad and be like, hey, you need to stop by this ARC and pick up this printer and bring it home. But there were like 3 or 4 of them that were really similar, and I just didn't think he was going to pick the right one.
I need to find me an old person.
I know, right? Just have an old person on call. Actually,
we should like volunteer at the senior center and only take them to Goodwill with us on senior
Just get
day.
a rent-a-senior?
Can I get like adopt an old
Yeah,
man?
you adopt him for an afternoon to take him to Goodwill with you and make your purchase. Yeah.
Heck yeah, just call Uber and ask them for the oldest driver they have.
Right. Do you have any senior citizen drivers? That'd be great. Thanks.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah, somebody asked us to talk about the weigh and pay. I haven't been to the weigh and pay since, oh gosh, it's been over a month. Just because whenever I go there, I buy way too much.
I think I'm going on Friday.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's out of the way enough for me that like as awesome as it is, and as much as I make going to it, I also end up with a lot of junk, and I'm really bad about not like getting rid of my junk. I'm like one of those, okay, I know I can do something with this. I'll just set it aside, and then I end up forgetting about it. It's like, oh crap, what am I gonna do with that?
John wants something, like he wants something from that hardware store that we went to last time up in Appleton, and that's where our weigh and pay is. So I was like, babe, I'll totally go get that for you on Friday, because I'm such a good wife. And he's like, yeah, when will you come back? Like,
Right.
Friday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Robin? How you doing?
Doing good.
Robin looks all professional now.
Oh,
Headset.
yeah.
I'm really happy this morning.
I noticed
Not
that
sure
everybody
what's
seems to
wrong.
be in a pretty good mood. I like
Holy
it.
crap.
They're just
Yes.
No, I don't like it. It's making me angry.
Dusty's like,
well.
I'm going to be Adam today.
I don't think I've ever seen Dusty in a great mood. So.
Yesterday-
I'm happy to say you're going to be a grouch.
Wait,
Like-
you've never seen me in a great mood? Is that what you said?
Great mood. You're always in like you're never mad, or you're never sad, or you're never and none of that. But
Dusty,
you're never
he
like,
just
hey,
called
what's
you
going on,
blah.
guys? I'm so excited. I can't believe this.
No, I'm just not a morning person like I used to be. I used to be like the 5 a.m. get up and have your cup of coffee and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like roll out of bed.
disgusting.
Whatever.
I'm a morning person during yard sale season.
I'm always a morning person.
Yeah, I'm usually a morning person, but lately I finished Dying Light last night, so I'm gonna go back to being a morning person again. No more 1 in the morning video game sessions.
Gavin went to take the dog out yesterday afternoon, and he came upstairs and he's like, Mom, there's some puddle in the laundry room. And I was like, oh my God, did my dog, like have an accident in the laundry room? And I go down there, and it's the freaking sewer thing. There's like a 4-foot radius puddle coming up out of the drain in the laundry room, and I was like, me, freaked out. Like,
Yeah,
I handle stress so well.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, and Gavin's like, what do I do? And I was like, call your dad. And I was like, and bring me a plunger. And he's like, okay. And that's like so not me to think of, like a solution to a problem like that.
Yeah.
And I had to like plunge this thing, and it was disgusting. And I ended up with like a 7-foot huge puddle of disgustingness in my laundry. Like I had to miss my massage yesterday.
Oh no. not
Right?
that.
Right? Like I called up there and I was like, Ty, I can't come in today for my massage and my stuff. And he's like, what's the matter? Do I need to come over there? What's wrong? And I was
You're
like,
like, yes, and bring a plunger.
yeah, I know, right? I was like, well, do you have some bleach? And he's like, what happened? And he's like, oh my God. He's like, I've got great friends. If there's any damage, blah, 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 they'll help you out, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't, the laundry room is like cement floor. There's no wood floor in there or carpet or anything, thank God. But that was like the most disgusting thing, and then I just had to like lay down for the rest of the day because I was done. Like I took an hour-long shower, like boiling hot water, you know. It was like I was like, oh, I feel so dirty. It was disgusting. And John's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I can't see. Freaking bleach burned my eyes." It was an interesting day. You should have. My attire was like snow boots up to my knees and like, you know, Dr. Horrible freaking rubber gloves, and you know, I'm just like thudding, you know, trying to clean up this thing. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not.
Nastiest thing ever, because I'm so not that person, you know.
Yeah, I don't love working on plumbing, but I really, really hate it when a drain backs up. That's about the worst.
Oh, it was disgusting. Like, oh, it was just the nastiest thing in the world.
Yeah, I had a issue like not too long ago with a water pump on my washer breaking, and it like filled up the washer with water and dumped water everywhere, and my basement is finished. So that wasn't very nice. Yeah, that took a
Yeah,
little
the rest of the basement is finished. You know, it's like there's a bar and a fireplace and, you know, all that stuff down there. But the laundry room, it's still, you know, it's just the cement floor. Thank God.
And it's like they built it just in case the drain backs up so that there's like, it's not going to spill over into the next room or whatever.
Yeah, it's the drain is like, you know, the floor all around at angles, and then there's a trench that they dug, basically, like they grooved out of the cement. They made a groove just in case the other room somehow gets water in it. But it's immediately going to, there's like a channel that runs under the carpet and tile and goes down into the drain thing. So it was lucky, you know, how it happened, and that the room is set up that way. But it's like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
John's like cheering me on. I've got him on speakerphone, and he's like, "Babe, you have washed cloth diapers by hand. You can do this." And I'm like, "No, that's different."
Actually, I think that I'd rather plunge out a drain than wash cloth diapers by hand, personally. But
well, when the boys were, Gavin was like 2 months old, I think, and Brayden he had just turned 3. And my friend Rachel and I went out to her parents' cabin out in the woods in Idaho. There's like no electricity or running water or anything like that. And she had 2 boys, and she was pregnant. And we went and stayed for a week, you know, at the cabin. So I had Gavin, you know, my little infant, tied to my back with a wrap. And I was hauling like buckets from the spring, you know, for us to drink. And I had a wash tub to, you know, like scrub the diapers and hang. I mean, it was awesome. That was like my favorite weekend, or my favorite vacation week thing. And he's like, "Remember, you know, when you were up in the woods and you were scrubbing those diapers by hand and blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "You know."
Yeah, so Bill Love asked in the chat if there was, or if any of us carry liability insurance on our FBA. Nope. I don't, because Amazon pretty much covers it, honestly. I mean, if Amazon breaks something, they'll pay you for it. If it's their fault, they'll cover it. And I guess that you could double up and get insurance too, but I wouldn't want to deal with.
Well, once you hit a certain volume, you have to.
More like product liability, like somebody sues you and names Amazon also, or just sues you directly because you sold an Xbox and it electrocuted somebody, or you know what I mean? Yeah, they do. I've never gotten notice from them. They always say when you get to this level, I mean, I don't know what that level is, and I don't know that I personally know anybody either that's ever gotten to that level where they're required to have it.
I mean, I know people that carry it, but I don't know anybody that they have told them that you've now hit that point where you have to have. You know, you hear people all the time say, "Oh no, you have to carry." No, you don't.
Yeah. Well,
no, you don't.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I mean, like if I was gonna do a private label or something, that would be one thing, you know. Then you own it. But I mean, if somebody buys an Xbox and it electrocutes them, they're not gonna come after me. They're gonna go after Microsoft, because Microsoft built the thing. Now, if there was some, like, I don't know, I guess if they came or decided that something that I did to it caused the electrocution,
Modded it.
and yeah. But I mean, as long as you're not doing that kind of stuff, if you're selling other people's products, they're generally going to go to the producer of the product for a lawsuit. I mean, nobody's going to sue because they didn't like the thing that they got or something showed up broken, you know. At least, well, I guess they could, but
Well, we are a sue-happy nation, so.
yeah, pretty litigious. But most people, like
Look at
most
you.
lawyers, are smart enough to go after the ones, or they know who to go after to actually get the money. I mean,
Yeah, they're gonna look at my bank account and be like, "Yeah, that's not the one.
yeah,
That's not where we're
what
going."
was it? Yeah, who created that product? Yeah, that might be a little bit more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked into insurance that closely
Does
as
anybody
far
know
as
what the level is?
I have no clue.
I want to say that was like $1 million policy. I don't know why that's sticking out in my brain. I do remember from the research that I did that you're not going to find a lot of companies that want to cover an online business, but I do.
It's
and
$1 million.
And I have no affiliation with them, but I do remember it popping up in a lot of forums that, as a matter of fact, I don't even like them, but that Wells Fargo was one company that would cover
Well,
online sellers that people had successfully gotten policies with. Like I said, I'm not plugging Wells Fargo. As a matter of fact, I hate Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you. I don't like
I
Wells
didn't say that out loud.
no comment. I've been with Wells Fargo since I was like 16 years old. That opened my
You
first
haven't had
bank
trouble with
account.
them?
No, I had my first bank account with them, and I've never had an issue. Every time anything has ever happened that I was like, "What the heck is this?" They're fine with. They take care of it, unless it's like like
Nice.
3 overdrafts in 1 month or something. They're not going to go back and fix them all. But if I don't have an overdraft for 6 months and then I accidentally go over, I just call them and they fix it.
Well, that's
No,
nice.
they ticked me off. I had a friend of mine another reseller, and I normally don't take checks, but it was a friend, and he wrote me a check for some stuff. It was like $100. And I thought, I can throw that in my credit union and it'll clear or whatever. But I happened to be going to Target that day. And so I dropped my wife off at the door, and I was like, oh, there's Wells Fargo in the parking lot. And I thought, I'll just run in there, and since it's drawn on Wells Fargo, I'll cash it. No, they wanted $8 since I don't have an account there.
To cash
Which
a
I
check
know
written
somebody-
from them?
I know somebody, yeah, it was drawn on Wells Fargo. The guy's account was good and all that. As a matter of fact, it was a company. It was his company account. And they're like, well, we're going to have to charge $8. And I said, I know banks have gone to this type of policy, but I said, why? And she goes, well, do you not like banks? And I said, what is that supposed to mean? She goes, well, why wouldn't you just run it through your own bank? And I said, well, I don't always run everything through my own bank. And I happen to be here. And I said, and she goes, would you like to open an account? And I said, not if you're going to charge my customers $8 to cash a check that's written on my account if I bank here. I said, no, I'll pass. And that just, I know that's kind of me being anal, but I thought $8 was a little freaking ridiculous to cash a check on. But yeah, that's what they do for non-members. They charge $8. So.
Yeah, but it's not just Wells Fargo. That's any bank, I think. Like, I've gone into Bank of America. I've been dinged. Like,
That's banks, not credit unions, though. I wouldn't go into a bank for nothing. I use credit unions for everything.
It seems to only be the bigger brand, like you're talking about, like Wells Fargo or like Bank of America or some of those, and I'm just not a big fan of. Yeah, I'm more a credit union or small hometown bank type place because they don't fee you to death.
Yeah, we don't even have small hometown banks here. I do have a credit union account. I just don't use it much. The thing I don't like about credit unions is like they make you jump through a lot of security hoops. It seems like to be able to view your account online, to be able to use your card, to be able to do all this stuff. Like, they're a lot more strict because, I mean, obviously they're trying to protect themselves. They don't want you to get scammed, but Wells Fargo kind of approaches it more. It seems like, well, if it happens, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but the credit unions, you got to look at the rates that you're getting, and there's zero fees for anything. Credit unions, like we have one, it's hard to get into them, but unless they, really want you in. But like, we have an account at a credit union that's like 7 or 8 states away, and it's awesome. But yeah, it is a different thing. But I would much rather deal with, like, we have a hometown bank and then we have the credit union.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go to Wells Fargo to get a loan. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll go. That's what I have my credit union for, so that I can
Yeah.
have somewhere to go
Well,
for
we
it.
talked.
I
I don't
recommend-
like Wells Fargo because of their refinance. They're like, we were gonna refinance our home, and the whole process, like, they were just douchebags.
I
Well,
recommend
was-
a credit union just open an account there and use it periodically, because with things like us being eBay sellers and Amazon sellers, it's really hard to try to get loans, to try to do things with banks, because you're just a number. When you're dealing with a credit union, you're dealing with a person that sees you as a person.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I got my car loan through my credit union using
That's where mine is.
my eBay reports. You know, going and just giving them my PayPal printouts of my statements, and I got my car loan. I got a credit card for my business with, you know, it's not a huge limit, it's a $3,000 limit, but that's enough, you know, to be able to function if I need to do things.
Oh, that's
and
plenty.
that was through my credit union, and I would have never have gotten Bank of America or Chase or any of those banks to give me a credit card.
Oh, every time I walk into Wells Fargo, every single time I walk into Wells Fargo, they're like, "Hey, do you want to look at our new credit card offer? Blah blah blah. We
Would
want to
they
give you a
it to
credit
you?
card."
That's
Yeah.
the difference. Would they actually give it to you?
Yeah, they would.
And they were that day I cashed that check, they were pushy like that too. And I know they train their you know, it's not the teller's fault. They train them to do that. But it's like, really, I just want to come in and cash a check. I don't want to be hit up with an offer every time I come in. And the other thing I do like about my credit union, I think most of them are that way, and some banks have gone that way, but it seems like they've gone the other direction. When I put my money in, I don't want a 2 o'clock cutoff time. If I hand you $1,000 worth of cash, I want it to be in my account where I can use it. I want it to be real-time online banking. And a lot of the banks, you know, years ago had gone to that 2 o'clock cutoff.
Yeah.
Some of them went to real-time, and then I don't know how Wells Fargo is, but that drove me crazy.
I've never.
I like
That's
my
another
credit
thing.
union too, because they don't process payments until 8 o'clock in the morning, but they open at 7:30. So if you miss something and you're like, oh crud, and they don't process anything over the weekend. So if I mess up, you know, my money in my account, I can be there at 7:30 and put a deposit before they draw out everything. You know,
Yeah.
like I've been there a couple times at 7:30. Like, here you go, here's some cash.
Yeah, Wells Fargo, their cutoff is 9 o'clock, and they open at 8, so I can
Oh
get
my
in there
goodness.
before.
You need to get like some kind of like referral bonus for Wells Fargo. You're like,
I'm
you
like,
and them
why?
are,
Because I'm like the
crazy
only
brothers.
person that is willing to
think
speak
you
out of
are.
them. Yeah.
I just haven't had a good, like, that's that refi thing that, you know, where we were talking to them about refi. That's the only time I've ever even dealt with them, and they were just such jerk. Like they were like that entitled, you know, jerk that you talk to or whatever. And it's like, you know, we don't need to do this. It's just, you know, when the housing thing bottomed out, we were like, oh, we'd be stupid not to, you know. And it was, I just, if you're not nice to me, you can bite me. And I will forever not like you, kind of thing. I'm very juvenile like that, especially where businesses are concerned. Like, Bank of America wants me to have a business card so ridiculously bad, and they're like, with like a $25,000 limit, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I do not want that, thank you, no.
Nah, at the moment.
One thing I'd like to get into is like with Amazon, how they keep the monies from depositing to your account. Now the banks had to change that way back when, because they were just drawing interest off the monies that they'd had, and, you know, hold it for a week before they would let you have the monies. Now Amazon is pretty much doing the same thing. They're holding that money and they're drawing interest before they give it to you.
Yeah. That's why they don't like doing that's why they do the 2-week payouts, and I get that, and it does bug me. That's one of the things that I really, really don't like about Amazon, is the fact that I can't just like click a button and have it deposited in my account. But one thing that another reason why I like Wells Fargo, I mean, I hear people talk about it all the time, like, oh yeah, my deposits take this long and my PayPal transactions take this long. I mean, for me, it's almost immediate. I mean, it's like it takes a day. You know, it's like I click that button, the next day the money's there, and it says, oh, it may take 3 to 4 days to process, blah blah blah. No, it always goes right away for me. And so, I mean, I hooked up my credit union account and tried to do a transfer to that once, and it took forever. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just keep using Wells Fargo for most of my stuff.
How's your PayPal thing going?
I got most of it back. I think that I went back in and looked. There were a couple of the small ones that I don't think they've gone and processed yet, but everything that was over $100 was back. Like, I'm good to go.
Nice.
But
Somebody was asking about PayPal, MasterCard. I mean, PayPal debit card, credit. I don't do the PayPal credit card. I got the PayPal debit card, and I, as a matter of fact, got my email this morning for January. I got $8.38 cash back.
Yeah, I had 14.
Purchases. I've really got to learn to use that card more without using my PIN and signing for it, because that's the only way you get the cash back.
Oh, I signed for everything.
I have it hooked up to take out my eBay fees too.
And also, yeah, I made a video of how to use your PayPal debit card to pay for your eBay fees. If you have it set up automatically, it deducts it, but it deducts it as a debit card, and you don't get the 1%. You have to do it a certain way.
Yeah, maybe I got it set up differently, but mine comes out as a credit through my debit card for PayPal.
And you get.
You know how you have to have it set up. You have to actually do it as a one-time payment each time.
Mine does it every month. There's no.
But are you getting the cash back thing from it?
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't have it automatically too.
Yeah, I pay for everything like it's a credit card, and I mean I think my eBay fees are the only thing that I do automatic, and yeah, like James said, it's if you do it month to month, then they just debit it, so you don't get that 1% cash back. So
that's what I thought.
Probably change it, but I'm really bad about forgetting what day it is, and the one big bill every month that I don't want to forget that I always pay like at the last possible minute is my eBay fees. You know, everything else I try and stay ahead of and on top of, but eBay fees.
So what I do is I go in every other day onto eBay on my different accounts and just pay it as a one-time payment. That way I don't miss it.
What if you did it like every Friday? Go in and pay what's due.
I do it every couple of weeks just so it's not so bad. Like it's not such a huge hit.
It's not a huge hit for me because I pay attention to it, but I like having that money there because there's been a lot of times where it's like a $200 or $300 deal will come up, and I've got 5 days before they're gonna draw the money from my PayPal account, and I know I can take that $200 or $300 and turn it into like $500 or $600 immediately. Right. But if I would have been paying as I went, that $200 or $300 wouldn't be there in the first place. And also, like the way that I've got my eBay fee set up, like it takes a little bit of time. Like it'll. They say that you have to pay on the 15th, but usually the money doesn't get withdrawn until the 18th. So I've got that extra few more days even, and I've never had a problem. I mean, it's just I like having the money, and I'm, I guess, disciplined enough. Like I've never missed an eBay payment. I mean, disciplined. I'm not disciplined at all, but it's like I just know that it's coming, so it's always there. Try to pay attention, keep track, stay on tabs with it, but I don't know.
I just realized I had backup payments set up on my PayPal debit card.
I have what's called a Smart Connect credit, and so it's not a credit card. It's just on my PayPal account, and it's like a $500 kind of line of credit, and you use your PayPal debit card. And if you don't have any money in your PayPal account, it'll draw off of the line of credit through PayPal.
So it's like an overdraft.
Almost. It's a $500 line of credit, you know, essentially, and that's what I have set up as my backup payment.
And what's the interest rate on it?
I don't know. It gets paid off every month, so I think it's pretty high. It's probably 20-something%, but I don't make payments on it. I just pay it, you know, off. Yeah.
I do that with all of my credit cards. We pay them at the end because we just use them for the cash back and stuff.
Yeah, mine is.
No, I mean to me that's the only way that you should use credit if you can do it that way. You know, it's the only way that you should ever even use credit is with because like our American Express and our Visa, we get a pretty decent cash back amount, but it's pointless if you have to pay fees and stuff. So we pay them off at the end of the month. We don't buy things that we don't buy things that we know we wouldn't be able to pay for at the end of the month. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be there for emergencies and for taking advantage of those kind of offers and deals.
Well, because there's some stuff that is 3% cash back every time, and then there's special offers you get where it's like 5-6% cash back, and that adds up. I mean, it's free money so long as you're paying it off. You know.
But that like for me, I've got my Best Buy card that I keep just because they have special deals every once in a while. Walmart card.
Yeah.
But like the Best Buy, they do $500. Same as cash for 6 months, a deal like, or they'll give you like 5% back in fees. So if you're in there making a big purchase and you've got the cash to pay for the item and you're not just gonna like put it off, you can get that extra $50 back or whatever.
It's kind of good to build up inventory that way too. I mean, Walmart has that 6-month special, financing. You're not paying any interest fees, and so like during Black Friday and stuff like that, you get a chance to kind of get that extra inventory that you didn't have cash for, and then you've already made your sales, got your money back, paid it off, and not had an interest rate.
Yeah. I mean, Q4 and Black Friday especially is basically the reason why I have a Walmart and Best Buy card in the first place, because I want to just be able to take advantage of that and make sure that I can, And plus, I want to get a new TV every year. No, I'm just kidding. I don't get a new TV every year, but I'll wait till they break.
I have the same TV that I bought 5 years ago for $200 and something. It was a special at Walmart. I think it was return on a LCD. It was $260 like 5 years ago.
I don't think John has ever been able to go that long without upgrading a TV.
Yeah, I just bought that new TV, and I haven't even set it up yet because my other TV was like starting to get that line through the screen, and then the line went away, and for like the last 2 weeks it's been fine again, and I'm like, oh, now what do I do? Because I sat on it too long to take it back to Best Buy. But
that's why I like to buy stuff at Costco, because you can take it back whenever.
Yeah, Best Buy has like a 2-week return policy. Like when I bought it, it was right after, it was a couple days before Christmas, and they were like, oh yeah, you have until January 15th to return. I was like, what? Okay, whatever. And I thought, my TV was dying. I was just gonna, if it didn't work, I'd return it, but I haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
Did you buy it on a card?
Yeah. I mean, if I got it cheap enough that I could probably sell it for what I paid for it and then just go pay it off, but it was like one of those 6 months same as cash things. But the TV that I actually use now, I bought that like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been fine. But when I bought that, that's when I opened up my Best Buy card.
Ah.
But yeah, so.
Toys and their toys.
Yeah,
I don't know. I need a big TV like for gaming. Like I can't stand to play on like a little.
I do all the time. I've got a little 27-inch right there that I use for when I'm just testing video games down here.
I can't stand it.
Make sure that they work after all. But
like my game, I used to have like back when I played WoW, we had a projector, and I would play WoW on the projector. So like my night elf, she was like taller than I am in real life.
Oh my god.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
It was very hard to do. Like it was hard to play something that big.
Yeah, I can imagine. I run on a 27-inch widescreen.
I think ours is.
That's big enough.
I think the one that I game on is 36. Like the computer gaming.
Yeah.
Because like our computers, like every TV in the house has a computer, that goes with it. They're all just being used as monitors.
Yeah. Well, I tried to set up a big TV in here and hook it up to my computer, but the resolution was nowhere near as good, and it just looked horrible. I mean, when you've got TV or computer monitors have such higher resolution and such faster response time that I can definitely tell the difference when I'm doing anything on a computer monitor. It just looks clearer and sharper and better.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably something that I just imagine or something. But.
Well, John's very picky. Like, he's very picky about his TVs and components and things, and it has to have this exact specifications and.
Yeah, some of the big screens they're coming out with now are pretty amazing, though. Have you guys seen those? What do they call that? 4,000 whatever? I don't even know. I just saw.
4K.
Yeah. What is it?
It's just called 4K as far as I know.
But you don't know what the 4K means or what it stands for? Somebody in the chat's gonna know. I know it. Well, maybe not. But yeah. Hey, Mike's in the chat. What's up, Picker Army? Yeah, the 4K screens are amazing. I mean,
Alright, it's just Ultra HD.
Ultra HD. Okay, so it's just higher resolution, better response
Yeah.
time, faster. Okay.
And if you talk about curved TVs, I'm muting you.
Talk about what?
Bitcoins.
Curved TV. Have you guys heard of the stupid curved TVs?
Oh, yes.
Those things are
Those-
utterly ridiculous.
That is the stupidest. I was like, what is that? That is completely and utterly. All I see is some guy sitting in his basement, centered on the TV.
And if you want to even get more stupider, the curved phones.
Oh, the curved TV. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know, the ones that are like bent around.
Yeah, they're
Like,
the
dude,
screen
just
is
get a
actually a
multi-
curve.
You know, get a multi-monitor setup if you need that.
Yeah, they're trying to get the whole experience. Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
having-
stupid.
I can't even tell the. I don't know. It looks weird, and
Like,
I'm not
well, you can't
that
see it. You have to be like at that.
perfect
To get
spot.
that perfect angle, it's like one person gets a good viewing spot. You know, it's like skewed from if you're off by like the least little bit. It's not a good words insert because my mouth's not working.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that stuff. I don't know. I always wait until like the new generation like the next generation comes out, and then I just buy the last generation technologies.
It was about, I want to say about 5 years ago when I was up in the Bay Area. They had a show where they're showing different new technologies, and they had this one TV where it was a coffee table, and it was this system that went up, and it was a square cube where you could see a three-dimensional image of what was going on. You could walk around it and see different areas of it. You could see the front of a person if you're here, walk around the table, and you can see the back of the person. They haven't made those yet available, so I'm waiting for
I was
those.
going to say the filming for that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, they had I think a ridiculous amount of cameras. I want to say about 200 cameras for one shot.
Well, yeah, they would have to have complete 360 view. That
So
would be
it's basically a hologram.
that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's coming. Don't worry. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for the credit card size cell phone / computer / TV / everything where you just stick it on the table and it projects the image onto the wall and it projects the keyboard in front of you and you've got the Minority Report stuff going on. That's coming.
That's going to come after they have the chips that they embed in us.
Oh yeah. That's after the Mark of the Beast, right?
And
Well,
then
I
you
thought,
take that thin phone and put it in your pocket and sit on it and break it.
well, yeah.
I
well,
would totally do that, or drop it in the sink.
Well, no, that's why
I'm
you-
big on
no, no,
dropping
no.
my phone in the sink.
We
No,
like
no,
to drop
that'll-
it in toilets.
That'll come right before the microchip because people will get so sick of breaking their credit card size phones that they'll just be like, wait, you can just put a microchip in me and I can do all that?
Oh, you're right.
I'll do it.
Damn big brother.
Yeah.
Where's Brian?
Oh, my wife gets so paranoid because I keep my PS4 camera hooked up to my PlayStation because I just like when you turn it on, as long as you gotta hold the controller in the perfect spot, but it's kind of like the normal gaming pose anyway. So as soon as you turn your system on, if you've got that camera, it just logs you in by your face, like the face recognition.
No face.
But my wife sees that camera, and I'll like go and anytime she spends time watching TV, I'll go in there later, and the camera will be turned around or unplugged or hidden somewhere. I'm like, really? Are you that?
That's because she's watched Criminal Minds, and she saw that episode where the guy was watching people via their webcams. She's
Yeah.
smart, dude. Don't. She's smart. I'm so paranoid about that. I'm like, somebody could be watching me.
I honestly don't care. Obviously, I don't care if somebody's watching me on my webcam.
I am.
it just doesn't make me I mean, what are you gonna see, really? I mean,
What if you're changing your clothes or something?
I don't usually
I
change
don't
my
want
clothes
somebody
in the
to see
living
me
room.
butt naked.
I don't usually change my clothes in the living room.
Oh,
Generally speaking, I stick to the bedroom or the
well, yeah, but
bathroom.
there's I think there's a camera on, like, everywhere. I don't know. I'm paranoid about everything.
Tinfoil.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, where's Sam in his tinfoil shed?
So I say you guys are gonna see me one day, and I've got my tinfoil hat on.
That'll be awesome.
That'd be hilarious.
Where's your tinfoil hat?
I introduced Gavin to the joys of doing donuts in a cul-de-sac last night when I took him to Scouts. I was like, dude, are you ready? Because the streets were just crap. That was awesome.
Yeah.
His eyes were like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think they're going to cancel school today because the roads were really, really, really bad this morning. I got to
I
go.
know last night it took John forever just to get to the highway.
It was perfect. Honestly, the roads were completely clear. When I got up this morning and I got in the car to go to the gym, everything was fine. Like, the roads were still good when I got It had just started snowing as I started driving to the gym, and by the time I got there, I was like, oh crap, I should not have worn sandals.
Sandals in the winter?
Oh, I wear sandals all the time. Are you kidding me?
You don't wear socks, do you?
No, I freaking hate shoes. I wear them when I have to, but I'd rather just put sandals on. It's so much easier.
That's Braden. Braden, like, wheels the garbage out in, like, 3 feet of snow with his freaking Adidas flip-flops on.
Yep, that's basically me.
I'm like, dude, why don't you just go ahead and put on your basketball shorts and a tank top while you're at it?
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
We see kids all the time, like, walking up to the high school, middle of winter, they've got their snow boots on and their shorts, and I'm like, your mother should smack you.
Yeah, my neighbor.
It's cold.
My neighbor, I don't think I've ever seen him with pants on. Like, he always wears shorts. No matter how cold it is, no matter how much snow is on the ground, no matter how bad the weather is, he is wearing shorts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really? Okay, whatever, man. But, yeah, I just started wearing sandals all the time when I started training because you have to take your shoes off to be on the mat. You can't really wear shoes while you're training. And so I just got used to it and decided I like being barefoot a lot more than
I'd rather be barefoot, but, dude, in the winter, my feet get so stupid cold.
Mine just go numb, and then I can't even feel them, so it's like, whatever.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, dude? They're numb. It's fine.
Yeah, they're good. I can't even feel them. I mean, it kind of sucks when you start to warm them up again, and then it starts feeling like people are sticking needles in them. But you get over that pretty quick. It doesn't last long.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
but
just realized I haven't even looked at chat.
yeah, Mike's in there. Haven't seen Picker Army in forever.
I haven't seen them in forever. Mike doesn't love us anymore.
I know.
Ooh, Mike, I need to talk to you. I just really remembered.
So what's going on today? Anybody got anything
No.
planned? Big plans? Nothing.
No.
Not really.
I'm just working on that FBA. I think.
That's fine.
I might do some eBay. I really, like, I've been completely blowing eBay off for the last week and a half. Like, I haven't done any listings. I haven't relisted anything. I haven't done anything on eBay.
I did. I listed yesterday. Look, I did 8. I'm doing 150 this month.
That's like 8 more than I've done in probably the past 3 months.
I have a goal of 150 this month. I'm gonna list.
Yeah.
So I started Amazon yesterday, which is like this pile right here. Now I'm working on eBay stuff.
Nice.
I'm being productive for a change.
I don't know. I'm so over eBay. I just completely question my sanity and why I thought I needed to add it. Why I needed to add it to my whole business plan.
You probably didn't. I mean, if all you do is Amazon, there really isn't any, and because you don't even like it,
Yeah.
like it's not even something that you kind of enjoy at all.
I just felt like, I mean, I know why I added it, because I passed up so many things that I would not send into FBA that I knew that, I could make money on. And I was like, oh, I should totally, add eBay back,
Yeah.
because I did, years before, whatever. I've done it, like off and on through the years, but
I think the thing about it is even there's tons of things I could do to make money, but that doesn't mean I need to dabble in everything. Because it kind of just becomes this weight on your shoulders about, oh, well, I need to be doing this, but, oh, well, I could be doing that too. And instead of having just one focus, you're kind of trying to separate time that maybe doesn't need to be separated out. Like
well,
your
for me,
focus is put over on something that, I could make money if I wanted to post stuff on Etsy, but why do I even need to add another, thing on my to-do list, or another process to do?
Yeah, you have to wait until you get your ducks in a row first. I mean, I wouldn't have even, one of the reasons why I took so long to get into FBA is because I just wanted to make sure that eBay was rolling and flowing and I wasn't having any issues. I mean, as soon as I've got a stack of stuff that I need to get listed on eBay that, I mean, I haven't been like stop sourcing or anything, but I mean, it won't take me long. It's all easy stuff and trying to stick with, just for me, the best thing I can do with my eBay is stay away from clothing and stick to just the stuff that I know I can sell for like 50 or 60 bucks, like the expensive stuff that doesn't need perfect pictures, like a Pendleton flannel shirt. I'm jumping on those all day long, just stuff that's total no-brainers that don't need perfect pictures, that don't have to, like the suit and tie pictures that you have to spend an hour setting up every shot, just easy, quick money. But that's why I like eBay, because it's easy money, and there's a lot of stuff you can sell on eBay that you never sell on Amazon. But there's a lot of stuff on Amazon, or that I sell on Amazon that I would not even think about trying to sell on eBay. It just doesn't work. Like, people don't go to eBay for that kind of stuff.
Here's your FYI for the day. I just got a notice from Amazon to let me know that the following detail pages have been removed from our catalog. Targus wireless presenter with laser pointer, because it contains a laser.
That's stupid.
So when you get those notices, you need to go into your inventory. I had already sold the item on January 11th through FBA, so it's already gone and shipped, and I've already got paid. Make sure you go into your inventory, though. That'll show up under your inactive listings. Make sure you go in and delete that listing. I have heard of people that, Amazon came back and said, hey, you got this warning once already. And they said, well, we're not listed on it anymore. Quantity is 0. Make sure you delete those type of listings when you get those kind of notifications completely out of your inventory.
Because they think that you're going to try and add it,
right?
Sell another one.
Remove just because it's zeroed out, remove the offer completely. Do the little drop-down box where it says, what is it, delete product and listing. I think is what I just did. So I went ahead and removed that. But yeah, didn't know about that. Yeah, you can't sell laser pointers.
Huh. Well, that's one thing about Amazon too. Like, they really don't want it to be a garage sale. They want somebody. I think they prefer the type of sellers that are out there buying, that are getting the same thing, or maybe they're distributors for a certain thing or whatever. They want somebody to be sending them the same products over and over, so that they get, like, that's why if you've got 50 or something and you constantly keep it in stock and it's selling out all the time, you keep that buy box no matter what. I mean, nobody's going to take it from you unless they can start doing the same thing you're doing, only better. I mean, if you're just one of those onesie and twosie guys like me that sends, this or that in, probably, I don't know. But then when they see stuff like that with the, this is still in your inventory, it's still like, they're just afraid you're going to start sending them in again, They kind of expect it. But yeah, let's see, what is today? I didn't even bother looking at my eBay this morning. I literally got up, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to be late. So I just ran to the gym and then tried to get home as quick as I could. But
I will share one thing. I did receive a negative feedback from an Amazon customer. They received a book. It was a new book I sent in. They said they received it. The corner was bent, and they put that it didn't arrive on time, and this is an FBA sale. So I called, or I messaged eBay and said, hey, I sent this book in new. and it's an FBA shipment. Can you do something about this feedback? They immediately messaged me back, said, yes, we are taking responsibility for that, and we will leave a note on the comment. We will remove the numbers away from your feedback or your seller rating. But they couldn't remove the feedback. They had to leave it there. They did put a note on it saying that this is FBA. We take responsibility for it. So that's what happened yesterday.
Weird. Every negative feedback that I've had have been removed. But it's always like, oh, this product sucked. You know, it's always product reviews. But yeah, my eBay is definitely noticing that I haven't been doing crap. I've been selling like 1 or 2 items a day. It's pretty great. I mean, I don't know. I get in that funk though. And for me, it's not like, oh, I'm sick of doing this. It's like, oh, my PayPal's good.
Well, that kind of funk is kind of why I was registering to do something else that was flexible, you know, because I go through these periods of time where I'm just like, I don't want to do any of this, but that doesn't mean I can afford to not make money.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's usually when I'm in a good situation, you know. It's like I'm getting ahead of all my bills and everything looks good, and it's like, okay, well, I don't really need to go and list all day today, so I guess I won't.
I suffer a lot from cases of I don't want to's. Like, I don't want to.
I suffer from, okay, I'm not hungry right now, so I'm going to go and mess around. But anyway, with that, we were trying an hour format today. I just wanted to see how it would go, and we're playing around with things. I got a lot of different ideas for, you know, basically the schedule. I mean, that's all we're changing right now. But if you go to the Reseller Wakeup, the Facebook group, you can go ahead and keep tabs on everything. I post up everything there. You know, I pin the latest episode to the top so that you can find it really easily, and you don't have to worry about digging through all the other groups. You can also subscribe to my channel, and appreciate that. Hit that like button, and everybody else here has pretty much videos that they make, so I'm going to post everybody's videos to the description after the show goes offline. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, thank everybody for coming on, and let me know what you think of the hour formats. If you like it better, if you want it, if you prefer the 2 hours, because if we do an hour, I'd probably be able to go back to 5 a week. And you know, but if we're doing 2 hours, then I mean, it might be 2 a week sometimes, because I mean, Wednesday is to get in there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you all Friday. Bye bye.
Good coins.
Hi guys.
I think